Good evening, teacher, and good evening, everyone. We are from Group 3. Today, we are going to present you about groupthink. Here are my group members. Heo, yes, Linda, Bong Minh Hong, Daro, and Bong Sauri. And here are the contents that we are going to talk today. Number 1, definition of groupthink. Number 2, the symptoms of groupthink. Number 3, how does a group develop to a groupthink? Number 4, the dangers caused by groupthink. And the last one, tips to avoid groupthink. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, definition of groupthink. What is groupthink? Okay, groupthink is a mode of thinking that people engage in when they are deeply involved in cohesive in-group. During groupthink, small groups develop shared illusions and relative norms that interfere with critical thinking and reality testing. Groupthink is based on a common desire not to upset the balance of a group of people. And here are some examples of groupthink. Number 1, a small country that is isolated from others and that is made up of people who want to believe that the country is a major world superpower. The country may eventually begin to think as a collective whole that they are more powerful than they are and may make a fatal mistake, like going to war with a larger and more powerful nation. Number 2, an isolated group of people from the same resource and ethnic background who do not know any people personally who are different from them. The group may come to distrust or even hate outsiders because they do not understand them and because they want to reinforce the moral superiority and unity of their own group. Okay, thank you so much. This is the end of my part. Let's move to the next part.
Good evening, teacher. Hello, everyone. My name is Okdaro. I'm from Group C. And now, let's move on to my point. The second point of my group presentation is about the symptom of a group thing. There are 8 types of things. First, illusion of invulnerability, collective rationalization, illusion of morality, censorship, mind guard illusion of anonymity, excessive stereotyping, pressure of conformity. And now let's move on to the first one. Is about illusion of invulnerability. This group, they ignore the obvious danger and they take extreme risks and overly optimistic because of everyone agree with the plan, so they gain confidence. They have overconfidence, which is a member believe that they are vulnerable to any obstacle, allowing them to put slightly and analytical thinking. This group is very dangerous because the plan that they create and no one has disagree with, so they have confidence that they are they always right. So this is very dangerous for powerful people that they have a power to control the country. Now let's move on to the collective rationalization. Remember, count warning and do not reconsider their you see there is one and more fall down, but they do not they do not see it as a warning, and they do not reconsider their thinking. And yep, that's all for this point. And now let's move on to the illusion of morality. This group, they never question that it is a sign of truth, of justice, or goodness. Uh, even though they have their own morality and value, they hold it, they hold it, they hold it, they hold it in their heart. However, when they face the group pressure and need it to be included, they can lose sight of those moral uh, and those moral. Yeah. And move on to the next one is self-censorship. This group is minimize the personal doubt and counter argument. Uh, like if like in the picture you see, they always think they disagree with them, but in those prayer they say, yeah, I agree with you, or yeah, that's good, this idea is good. Yep. Even though they have a doubt in this plan, but they do not dare to talk about it. And uh, and let's move on to the next point is Mangan. Mangan is a member. There is a Mangan is a member within the group that attempt to preserve the central group idea. They omit the information that might cause doubt to arise within a group. If they receive any negative or controversial information, they shelter another from it. In order to preserve the central group idea, they also force any dissenting member into silence by pressuring them and convincing him that the group may be disintegrated if all the members are not in total agree. Yeah. And now let's move on to the illusion of anonymity. Remember that falsely perceive that everyone agree with them. Everyone agree with the group discussion, and this group, if you not say something or stay silent, they take it as yes, that you agree with them. And yep, that's all for this part. And now let's move on to the excessive stereotyping. The group conduct a negative stereotype of viral outside the group. Like in the picture you see, there is a terrorist that attacked the twin building in the United States in 9/11 that make the US citizen thought that all the people that are Muslim, that they are the terrorists that make them feel threat, and they always use excessive force to those Muslim. And let's move on to the last one is pressure of conformity. This group, if you have disagreement with them, they see you as a disloyalty. And yep, that's all for my point. And now let's move on to my next member.
All right, welcome to my point here. So I'm going to talk about here. So this is the point that I'm talking about. So my big topic is about the groupthink, but I will divide the point to many points. So here the point that I'm going to talk about: how does the group develop to groupthink? All right. So let's see whether the point that how can develop to groupthink. All right. So I put many points in my slide here, and we're gonna go through together. Okay, first of all, let me introduce the factor that can cause to become groupthink. So first one is group identity, and second one group influence, and third group low knowledge, and the last one, number four, is stress. All right. So you may know that groupthink is the situation where leader convince the participant to think the idea is correct, right? And no one can, oppose the idea. All right, so we're gonna see the factor that can, block the participant to talk in the group or to discuss the main important point in the group. So let's see all together. Here, so first of all, I talk about the group identity. All right, so it intends to occur more in situation where group members are very similar to one another. So actually, I want to stress with the group leader a little bit here. So we can see here and the meaning of group identity refer to the person's sense of belonging to the particular group, right? So example, we join the group to discuss something, right? So the member of the group don't want to show the idea because even they sometimes they know that the idea is wrong or the plan is wrong. It doesn't work, but no one there to speak right in the meeting because they believe they think that the group have a good purpose, have a clear purpose, and they believe the group is a strong group, is a powerful group, right? So they need or they believe in their group. They want to show that the group is very important. They don't want to show the idea. Even they find the weakness of the discussion, but they want to show it because they think they want to show that the group identity, right? So they want to show that they are belong to the group. They don't want to, if they talk or they show any point to disagree with the group, they seem that the group they think that person is not belonging to the group, right? So this is the group identity. And we're gonna go next, all right, to the second point that I'm talk. Right, so we talk about the leader influences. All right, so groupthink is also more likely to take place when powerful and charismatic leader command the group. Right, so like in one meeting, and we can see that the boss or the leader when have more powerful than the participant, so that the participant cannot express their real idea, the real feeling toward the discussion, right? So it means that the leader control the meeting. So if the leader say something is right, so the follower need to be agree to the point. This is the leader influences. So the more leader influence the meeting, the more good thing will become. Right, so we can go next with here, and this is I'm talking about the low knowledge. The no knowledge here refer to the people, the participant, right, in the group. They don't have much knowledge. So when the leader or the boss they discuss or give the point, so the following or that the participant don't have idea whether that plan is correct, is going to be successful or not. So they don't have idea with the point or with the discussion, so they cannot give the opinion, the correct opinion to the leader. So yeah, this is low knowledge. When people lack personal knowledge of something or feel that other member of the group are more qualified, they are more likely to engage in group think, right? So like a person themselves, they feel that they are lack of knowledge and feel that maybe other people in the group may have more qualified, or I mean that have more idea to expect, so that they keep quiet. So the situation here also lead or engage in group think as well. And the next point I will talk about the stress. All right, so one situation like a people, like the participant in the group, they feel stressed, they feel that they don't want to participate in the group, they want to the leader to to assign the task or to decide the task, decide the meeting, so they don't want to express the idea too. And just look at the picture here. So the participants are stressed. All right, they don't have idea. They don't have good feeling to decide which one is good or which one is bad. So they, keep quiet. Same, they don't. They just want the discussion to be finished. Right. So this situation also lead to groupthink as well. Right. Stress. Situation where the group is placed under extremely stress and where moral dilemmas access also increase the occurrence of groupthink. Right. So this is the point that I talk. Right. And another point I will talk about how to spot groupthink. Actually, so groupthink, how can we know that? Right. Actually, we know that groupthink is the moment where the leader decide or give the idea, and other people or the teammate don't have anything to oppose, or even everybody in the team have something to oppose the idea, but they are not uh, good enough to oppose the idea. And this is the point that we to show that, or to support the group thing. How can we check this is a group thing or not, right? So Janice suggested that group thing happens when there is a strong persuasive group leader. So when there is a group leader, in the meeting where the leader is a strong leader or the persuasive leader that can convince the participant or the teammate to believe the idea is a great idea, that successful idea. This is also the group thing as well, that we can say that this is kind of group thing. And the second one is a high level of group cohesion. All right, so the way, the time that the people, they believe, or the teammate believe or give the identity to the group, right? So they believe that the group is a right group. They don't think the group had the mistake, right? And the last one, intense pressure from the outside to make a good decision, right? This is the three sport, the three idea, the three, right, sport that we can think this is a group thing, right? Thank you so much to my presentation. So let's go to the next.
So hello teacher and everyone, my name is Linda Gum, and today I'm responsible for the dangers of groupthink, or we can call it a problem of the groupthink. And as you may know earlier, like my group mentioned above, groupthink is a kind of psychological phenomenon that a person or people set their idea aside and follow the rest of the group idea. And it may cause some problems such as blindness and bring negative outcome. In this point, I mean that they are not physically blind, but they blind their idea, and it would come and it would bring some negative outcome. And it's also a problem. And the another point is failure to listen to people with dissenting opinion. Like every group, people normally have some idea, or they want to rest against the group idea for a better performance. But in groupthink, it may be a problem because they are fail to listen to those people. And another point is lack of creativity. In every group, people normally rest their idea and find a creativity activity to perform and lead their group to be a better version. But in the group thing, people cannot rest their idea, so they just sitting. Like sometimes they come to the meeting, but they just sitting and listening to the whole group opinion without finding a creative a new idea. And the fourth one is lack of preparation to deal with negative outcome. Like for example, if they normally plan a mango tree, so they just know how to plant a mango tree. But if the negative outcome happen, for example, by the disaster or seasonal change, and it won't lead the negative positive outcome like before. So in this point, they will face some negative outcome, and they cannot solve it at all because they haven't, and they never prepare for the negative outcome to come. and yeah, that also a problem of the groupthink. And the 5th one is ignoring important information. Like I mentioned earlier, in groupthink, they cannot rest the idea. So sometimes they just ignore the important information without listening, because they thought that if they listening to those opinion, and or they listening to the information, they just cannot get anything, because they if they agree or not, they still cannot rest up the ideas. They still to agree with the rest of the group ideas, so they just ignore it. And the 6th one is inability to see other solution. In this point, I mean, like for example, in like I rest the idea in the general to a better understand. Like for example, if Mr. A he faced a problem by his motorbike is broke down, so he cannot find any solution, and his group tell him that he should ride a bicycle to a workplace. Like his workplace is far away from his home, like 20 kilometers, and his group tell him that he should ride a bicycle to the company. But it really hard and it's really far away to ride a bicycle. And in this point, he just follow the group idea, and he cannot find any solution, because he like, for example, he cannot find the solution such as repairing his motorbike, or he calling a Grab. Like he cannot find those solution at all. And another point is not looking for things that might not yet be known to the group. In this point, I mean that like for example, they thought that banana is a tasty or the most tasty fruit, and they just thought that it really tasty, so they never known that apple or another fruit is also tasty. And in this point, no one will tell or share the idea of the apple that it also a tasty fruit. Yes, and another point is obedient to authority without question. Like in this point, I mean that they just follow the order or the command of the authority without asking for any reason or any information, for more information to know why they want me to do this, why they want me to do that. They just follow the authority. And last but not least, overconfident in decision. Like confident is a good thing, but overconfident is not good at all. Like in for example, in this page, a man, he thought that he is the right. He all he did is the right thing, so he never thought that it could harmful to himself, and he never thought that it also caused too dangerous or lead him in a danger. So overconfident in making decision in the group thing can lead to dangerous thing. And lastly, resistant to new information or idea. In group thing, they normally follow the group rule or the group opinion, so they won't be able to accept the new idea or information. They just did the same thing like they did before. Like they never listen to other people's opinion or adopt to new thing. And yes, that's all from my point. Let's move to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello teacher, hello everyone. My name is Sung Sauri. I'm come from group 3 and I responsible for point 5. Tips to avoid groupthink. Here are 3 tips to avoid groupthink. 1. Create a sharing environment. 2. Increase awareness. 3. Access communication style. For the first point, create a sharing environment. As a leader of a group, you should include participation from all members to involve in the decision. Admire all the members who can share the ideas. It means that you should encourage he or she after they give the idea. For the second point, increase awareness. As a leader of a group or teams, you should make sure everyone in the group is aware of groupthink and how dangerous it can be. Because groupthink can lead a lot of dangerous if everyone in the group doesn't care. Show them that the group show them what the group face and themselves need to face if the group decision fail. So everyone would be afraid of meeting a problem. For the third point, assess communication style. Find the different idea from each person. A leader should know about different idea and different type of people in the group, and give chance to them to ask, answer, or suggest any idea to make the group discussion go well. That's all for my point and my group presentation. Thank you, teacher.